am standing next to, the sun is right in my face, standing right next to the tomato plant. Holy moly guacamole. This thing grows like a foot a day in all directions. I've had tomato plants in my life and I've gotten big, but I don't know if I've ever gotten one this big. This is a Sweet 100 hybrid cherry tomato plant, and it is all over my ground. Let's see. See, it's just, it's all, this is all ground, and it's like, it's off like probably a foot or so on the raised bed. It's insane, and I was a bad girl, and I didn't maintain trimming it, and I should have. So now I have to give it a little bit of a trim because I don't want tomatoes on the ground. I don't want the dogs to pee on it, though they haven't. Oddly enough, they haven't touched the tomato plant. And you know these dogs love to touch all my plants, and they've left this alone, which is so good because I had a dog, Samson, who used to always try to eat my tomato plants, and tomato plants are toxic to dogs. And I thought, well, this will be fine. It's in the raised bed. I'll be able to maintain it. And I did a really bad job at maintaining it. It just went insane and just grew so big, so fast. So I'm gonna give it a trim to at least get it off the ground. You shouldn't cut more, a plant this big and you need to cut back, you shouldn't cut more than 20% of it because you don't want to stunt it, you don't want it to say, what, and go into shock or whatever it does. But I did some searching on it, and it says I should pick up to get it off the ground to prevent disease, and you know, I don't know, bugs or whatever, and also to cut off the suckers. So those are the leaves that are in between the flowering leaves. So let me show you some of the tomatoes and stuff in it, but oh man, we're not looking forward to doing this. And I'm hoping Stashy doesn't see me because he's the one I worry about trying to eat my tomatoes. And you know, that dog loves to eat everything. But let me show you some of the plant. So this is the plant from one view. It's creeping into this planter here. And the cosmos, you can't even say, remember we planted zinnias and stuff in here? Yeah, nothing's gonna survive in this because look at this. This is insane. But one thing I do want to show you is, remember the tomato plant that was in the petunia bed that sprouted? I just pulled it out and I said, I'll stick it in here because it's all tomato anyway. And look at it. It's doing, this is it here. It is doing so good. There's even flowers on it. It's hard to see with the sun, but there's flowers on it. So I'm going to have another tomato plant. I don't know why I did that. I have another one popping through, but I'm pulling that. But this has tomatoes all over the plant. It's like, it's just hidden. There is just a ton of tomatoes on it. So if you're looking for one tomato plant this year, I highly recommend the Sweet 100 tomato if you have room for it. I did not expect this. I've never had a tomato plant in a bed get this big. And I haven't done anything to it. You guys were with me when I planted it. I added fertilizer. It hits under irrigation, and that's it. I didn't do anything. And what is this creepy? Oh, look at this. One of our zinnias are coming through. I just noticed that. Well, so there'll be a pinch of color in there. I hope it's pink or purple or something, or red, because everything in here is green. All right, so let's get cutting. So I have to cut this side too, but I'll do this side a little bit later. I really want to get the other side, this one, done, because this one is just, my walkway is getting very thin here, and I don't walk on the other side too much, so, but this side the dogs run. So let's get trimming and figure this out. All right, well, I guess I'll start a little bit, and I'll pull some suckers here. There's tomatoes down here. They're on the ground. Oh man, I'm gonna try cutting the suckers off, and I'm gonna cut some of the bigger branches obviously, but I just wanna see if I can end up raising any of this. So the suckers are the ones that are in between. And I wanna, cause these ones are lifted a little bit, but this, oh man. Holy moly, this goes from here and it's wrapping up and going back up. And there is tomatoes. There's tomatoes everywhere down here, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh, sweet tomatoes of mine. Oh. I love the smell of tomato leaves though. Okay, you know these are going to be one of those projects where I'm going to go through and I'm going to cut off all the leaves, and when I see the tomatoes I'm just going to leave them, and then what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to probably end up cutting this whole thing across. That's something I do because I try, but it's just too much. There's so many tomatoes on this down here. I mean, it is crazy. They're sitting on the ground. I mean, I can't have tomatoes on the ground. I mean, that's for sure not good. And I was looking to see if there's a way I could raise this, but it's so thick and so like stiff that I can't. I thought maybe I could tie it along the my raised bed fence on it, but I don't think I can. I think I'm going to have to sacrifice some tomatoes because it's too much. Here goes the big chunk. Look at tomatoes. My poor little tomatoes. But yeah, I mean, they're not going to be good anyway because they're going to be sitting on the ground. Who's going to want to eat tomatoes grown on cement where animals walk and everything else? So I'll see if I can there's a beautiful bundle down here. I will see if I can somehow raise them a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'll just keep cutting away and see what I can do here. Oh. All right, I'm going to take a lunch break. I've only been out here for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. It's getting warm out. Stash is laying under the lounge chair because he needs some shade. It's too warm for the dogs. I mean, it's only like in the 70s right now, but it's supposed to get up to 100s later this week. So I think I will take a little lunch break, maybe put on some shorts. And I have tomato cages that wind. They're just like one stake and it winds up. I have them, I think, somewhere. I'll see if I can get those and maybe I can get some tomatoes pushed on that. Because underneath on the one side, like underneath, I found like just clusters and clusters of tomatoes, and they're good. I mean, they're nice size ones, so they're getting to the point where should be turning. Yes, I will let you in. You want to go in? They should be turning red soon. So yeah, I gotta think about this. So I think I'll go eat and then think and then come back out. All right, I trimmed off all the leaves, but as you can see, I have quite a few tomatoes down here. I mean, I have a lot, especially this little area. It's just a huge cluster. So I'm just debating what I want to do with this. I wish I had something where I could lift them because these ones are not touching the ground. They're just barely just barely to the ground. And they're just so, look at, I mean, there's a lot. There's like hundreds of them down here. They must like this side. So I'm just thinking what I could put down here to maybe give it a lift. I tried to lift it to go behind the little fence that's here, but unfortunately they're too thick and they're breaking. So this is where I'm at, just debating. I don't even have a little table or anything small. Maybe a pot or something that can just like lift this a little bit. And we want to kind of hide the tomatoes from Stashy because I can't believe he hasn't found them yet. But look at them all. They're just like everywhere in here. All the yummy tomatoes for me. All right, I did it. I cut a good portion of them off. Does it look better? It's not touching the ground. I did leave some tomatoes down here, but there's nothing touching the ground. So once these ripen, I'll be able to take them off, but I won't let any more, I I won't let any more grow down here, but this side is clear. I pushed some of them up and they're kind of wrapped in each other, which is not good because it doesn't give airflow, but do you really think there's any airflow in this? Probably not. So that side is done, and I did not touch this side, and I'll do this another day. The sun's like right on this spot and it's hot, so I'm not going to do that side today. I'll probably do that probably over the weekend when it's early morning. I can get out here and trim some of that up. I haven't dug in there. Oh, I do see some cherry tomatoes. Oh no, but look at this. I mean, when we did my garden tour 2 weeks ago, you could see the cosmos, and now you can't. This is just crazy. I am going to have a lot of tomatoes this year. Holy moly. And the thing is, I'm the only one that eats them, so I better come up with some tomato dishes. I use them for my caprizis. But, well, I'm glad I got that done. This took me all day. It took a lot of thought in trying to think what I could do, trying to find things to put under there, but glad that's done. At least this side. Hey friends, I wanted to show you. So you remember my last video, I showed you how to care for your petunias. You know, you fertilize them, you put BT on them so they don't get budworms. Well, this is what happens when you don't do those things and you neglect your petunias. Let me show you. This is a whole row of Super Vista bubblegum, or Supertunia Vista bubblegum petunias that I planted, and I came out here 2 days ago and I fertilized them, and they were filled with pretty petunias. Well, I noticed that some were getting some holes in them, so I'm like, oh, they're getting budworms, so I better spray. Well, I didn't spray, I forgot, and look at what they did. This had 2 days ago, this all had petunias on it, and I could see the budworms were coming, and I actually found a couple, so, and I pulled them off the plant, and then this is what happened. They ate everything. Now in the past, I've always thought that petunias didn't like hot weather, and I would toss them. When they look like this at this point, I used to toss them because I'm like, oh, they just look terrible. And I thought it was the plant, but it's not. It's me. So these got budworms, and yes, ignore the weeds. The weeds went crazy in here. I gotta pull them. I gotta work. I was planning on working on this yard this weekend, but I didn't get the plants I wanted to get, so it just didn't work out. And on this side, same thing. These were freaking gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. And all these are petunias, and there are no flowers on them. So this is why you need to spray with BT and you fertilize. I did fertilize them, and like I said, 2 days ago, these were full of petunias. 2 days, and this is what budworms did in such a short time. So when you see holes appearing in your flowers, I don't know, you really can't see. These don't have any holes. I ended up spraying these with BT a couple days ago, and now I'm out, so I got to order more. So hopefully it'll start coming back, and they should, and I'll probably give them a little bit of a trim back too, but I just wanted to share with you, this is what happens. Ugh. Disaster. I'm so mad at myself. This is my fault. I neglected, and I knew. But on the other hand, look at this is the hydrangea. This is the prime limelight prime pentacle hydrangea, and look at it. It's getting buds on it, which I'm actually shocked. We are having a problem with the watering. That's why the leaves are kind of, well, you know, we planted this and it goes into a little bit of a shock, so I understand that. But I was losing some leaves, and we were noticing that the irrigation was going over the plant where that weed is, and so my husband fixed the irrigation, and it seems like it's doing better because of the buds. So I'm very happy to see that, so yay. And then over here, I don't know what is going on. This is, this is my hardy hibiscus, and I've been seeing videos of people on YouTube, they have the same plant, and it's like, theirs are like 3 feet tall and huge. something's going on with this one, but we had a hibiscus here and we dug it out, and the roots from this were all over the place, and I think we just kind of hurt it. So hopefully this bounces back, and yeah, hopefully it bounces back. If it doesn't do anything soon, I'm not sure if we should pull it out. We'll wait and see. But yeah, I got work to do, definitely work to do. I have some plants to put up here, and I need to trim back this butterfly bush because it got top heavy. But yep, so mad at myself, guys. So mad at myself. I just wanted to show you the petunias that we did in the last video. Look at how much better. See? I mean, look at the pots and stuff. They're filling up. We gave them a trim. They look so much better. Oops, the dogs are going potty. But look at these. Oh my gosh, it's just crazy and pretty. Those poor little plants that are hidden in there, the little sunflower. So yes, update these, I mean, everything. We gave everything a trim. We fertilized it. We put BT spray on it, and they're all, I mean, look at, they're doing well. And this is what BT looks, or this is what budworms look like. If you can see it. See the little hole? That's from budworm. But I sprayed this, so this should be safe for a couple days. I need to order more because I am out. But yeah, just a little update to show you that what we did do, the trimming back, the flowers are looking better. I mean, this one was looking terrible. So yes, it's all looking so much better. So just a little update. But I think that's it for me, guys. I know it's a short video, not much going on. It's hot out, and I don't know what everyone does in the summer besides water and fertilize. But yeah, it's getting toasty. So like I said earlier, it's supposed to be in the hundreds this week. It's like 82 out right now, but it's warm. But at least we got a little bit of a breeze. So that's it. So remember to check your petunias. So mad at myself. That is so me. That's all my fault. I neglected. I told myself I had to do it, but I have to go out at night. I take my shower, and that means I have to go out in my bathrobe, and I just neglected. And now you can see what happens. So lesson learned. I'll give them a trim back, and then I'll spray them again and fertilize them again come Friday, and hopefully they'll recover. I'm sure they will. They're full of green, so I'm sure they'll recover, but it's just a delay now in my pretty row of pink that I wanted. Gosh. And then we need to work up front too. I need to mulch because you saw those weeds. So I gotta go and do those and pull. I neglect the front yard because I can't go out in the morning in my bathrobe and trim and do all that kind of stuff. Where in my backyard, I can do it, you know, all night. I mean, I could come out here before bed in my pajamas and do some trimming and plucking and watering if I need to, but I can't do that in my front yard. I mean, I could, I guess. I have gone out and fertilized the plants in my front yard in my bathroom, but it's like 6 in the morning, so I'm okay with it. But I just feel weird at night. So anyway, guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope you get out in the garden, and I hope your garden's doing well. And I will work up on that tomato plant on the other side and show you guys what it looks like, but it's just too hot. I need to do it early in the morning. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.